Jack Royce accusing me of falling for Israel onlyism backfires big time. Now Jack Royce is getting on me. He makes the point that because I say the kingdom was consummated in AD 70, that I'm falling for Israel onlyism and I don't even know it. Well, and then Jack Royce tells me he takes the view of J.S. Russell in the Parousia. That's his view. He's not a partial preterist, he's not a full preterist. He takes Russell's view. Okay, let's go to Russell. And on the text that we were discussing, Acts chapter 3, here's what Russell has to say. It's very, very interesting. He ties in John the Baptist into the restoration of all things, which I think is a pretty good plausibility. But right here on page 151 of the Parousia by J.S. Russell, which is one of the standard works that we have in the fulfilled field, he states this: that is to say, the second Elijah, John the Baptist, had already commenced the restoration which he himself was to complete. He laid the foundation of the kingdom which he was to consummate and crown. Consummate. And yet Jack gets on me for saying the kingdom was consummated in AD 70. Does that mean the kingdom ended? No, the kingdom began in AD 70. It was fully established at that time. That's the beginning of the kingdom. We have the already and not yet. The already, 30 AD, the resurrection and cross of Christ, being enthroned on David's seat, according to the promises, and AD 70. And so we have the already and not yet of the kingdom. This is the beginning of the kingdom. This is the full establishment of the kingdom when the Hadean realm is emptied, when full salvation has come. Romans chapter 13, full salvation. That's what they were waiting for, full salvation. And so Jack saying to me, well, you saying that, you must be going down the Israel only route. Well, did J.S. Russell believe in Israel onlyism? When he says on page 151, John had laid the foundation of the kingdom which he was to consummate and crown. And there's other passages here in this text of J.S. Russell, page 89, part F. And speaking of Matthew chapter 24, he says, certainty of the consummation, yet uncertainty of its precise date. Where's another spot here? He says here, speaking of the end of the age, the consummation of the aeon, which is to be followed by a new age, page 23, speaking of the parable of the wheat and tares there. And then we have another spot here, I believe, in Hebrews chapter 10, verse 26, I believe it is. He says, let me see here. Yeah, it refers to the Jewish age which is about to close. Moses Stewart renders the passage, but now the close of the Jewish dispensation is once for all made his appearance. This is another decisive proof that the end of the age was regarded by the apostolic churches as at hand. Actually, that's not the one I was looking for. But we do see in Hebrews chapter 10:26 that it does refer to the consummation. No matter what translation you have, the Greek word there would be consummate. If the end of the age, and Jack believes this, I asked him, he wouldn't answer. Jack wouldn't answer, and he never answers anything. Do you believe, and he does believe this because he believes what Russell believed, everything's fulfilled but the millennium, the end of the millennium. did the end of the age take place in AD 70? He wouldn't answer because he's seen the train coming. If the end of the age, the end of the aeon came in AD 70, then it was consummated at that time, wasn't it? It was consummated at that time. But again, page 151 of Jack Russell's Hero, J.S. Russell, according to his logic, according to Jack's logic, Jack Royce, J.S. Russell and myself believe in Israel onlyism because we believe the kingdom was consummated in AD 70. That's all I have to say. That one quote is sufficient. Is sufficient.